Hanukkah begins tomorrow, and an East Texas congregation is celebrating with a concert. This is the 16th year for the congregation Beth in Tyler to host their annual Chanukah Klezmer concert. Rabbi Neil Katz will perform with 8 local musicians, and there will also be one very special and secret guest. This event is free and open to the public.
Hanukkah has, as one of its core values, is publicity, right? That we are publicizing the miracle of this particular moment all those years ago, when what we thought was going to be the end of the Jewish state, what we thought was going to be the end of the Jewish people, actually was the opposite. And so that success militarily, that success spiritually, is something that we celebrate and publicize. And so the concert is just a fun way to help publicize Hanukkah, but also to celebrate the holiday season with a deeply Jewish cultural moment.
And the concert will happen Monday night beginning at 7 at True Vine Brewing on Earl Campbell Parkway in Tyler.